Welcome to another session. Today I'm going to share with you how in 30 days you can change your life. Trust me, 30 days, if you do what I tell you, if you follow what I'm sharing with you here, things will change. You're going to go from worry, doubt, and fear, that's being desperate, to feeling successful and actually getting some real result. Most people nowadays are feeling stuck, overwhelmed, unsure about the path ahead, unsure about how the year is going to end, they're not able to find direction. And you can try to set goals, you can try to have KPIs, but things don't really work. So how do you change? How do you move it? Well, there's one thing that I've learned about the mind that is very, very significant, and I'm going to share it here with you. And listen, this is something that I've experienced. It's not something I've just read about. This is what I've studied. I've studied the mind to an extreme end. And I'm going to tell you, it's a phenomenal concept. It's a phenomenal concept to go from where you are to where you really want to go. All right. It's time for you to start winning. And how you start winning, you have to change how you're doing things right now. Right now, you're not winning because you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Now, I know a lot of you are basically feeling that it's hard. A lot of you are feeling that you're living in this lack mentality. You're not having enough of anything, and it seems to be impossible because money is running away from you. Well, how do we change that? How do we get change that? Well, everything that I've been told, even Einstein said it, everything is on a frequency and vibration, and you can go there. It's in your mind. You can go there before it really happened so that you can start living with ease, have this relief, have this sense of fun, and you'll be like deeply grateful for it. This is what I call that next level, because most of us are somewhere and we want to go somewhere else. You're either at the beginning of something, starting something, or coming out of something. And that next level is what I'm talking about. That's the guidance, that's the teaching that I'm sharing with you today that's going to help you really magnify your results. So, how do you do that? How do you go from stuck, overwhelmed, fear, and despair to this next level where you're actually having the money that you want? Where you're actually having the house that you want, we're actually having the relationship that you want. Now, this is not something I just read about. Everything I share with you, I've experienced personally. I got mentored on it and I applied it. I had 5 degrees before I figured this stuff out. So take a close look, get a piece of paper and get a pen and pay a lot of attention to this, because I paid off over $150,000 of coaching just to understand what's really going on in the mind. And it's all about the mind, after all, okay? So he said, listen, it's all in your mind and everything is just is. I'm like, well, what do you really mean? I'm talking about the legend Bob Proctor. That's who I got mentored most. He's from the movie The Secret, and as well from Laura Langmeyer. He said, everything is just is. Both of them, by the way, Laura Langmeyer and Bob, were in the movie The Secret. He said, everything just is, and we make it so. So you're telling me I'm poor, I'm not having enough, I don't have what I wanted because everything, I'm making it so? Like if it's negative, like what you don't want it, we're making it so? Or if it is positive, we're making it so? I said, yep. You probably are saying this is bull. And that's what I said at the beginning as well. It doesn't really make sense until I started to follow direction, until I started to get emotionally engaged. See, it says here, emotionally engaged with your goal. Got to get on that frequency of your goal. What does that mean? He said, it's all about the mind. Again, he brings up this mind idea. Now, I'm not talking about the brain. I'm not talking about, what's here. I'm talking about the mind. I'm talking about the universal mind, right? And we're going to get into that a little bit here today. All right. So he said, look, Truman Fleet back in the 1930s, this is when there was a separation between psychologists and those who really studied the mind. He said, look, this is the mind. And the easiest way to explain it is basically think of your mind as this circle. Now, then he said, the next thing to do, all right, we're going to split the mind into two sections, a conscious mind and a subconscious mind, because you have an intellect and you consciously are aware of what's going on and you study stuff, but there's also a subconscious. That's how your heart works. That's how your lungs work. That's how you